Talk about bad timing. Solomon Kane, probably the baddest motherfucker in the 17th century, a man so tough he tells the devil where he can stick it, which is a feat not seen again, I hasten to add, until the turn of the millennium when Arnie throws Satan out of a 4th floor window. He chooses to renounce violence and killing just when a demonic host threatens the West Country. Now, personally I blame the Cornish, but fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your point of view, Kane gets pushed a bit too far and then goes on a one-man wrecking crusade against this demonic host. Now we're talking. The biggest plus point to Solomon Kane is simply that it doesn't skimp. It doesn't skimp on the spectacle, it doesn't skimp on the violence, and it doesn't skimp on the blood. It may not sound like much, but I really do enjoy it when something gets a dark and brutal setup and then follows through with a dark and brutal film. This is why Aliens vs Predator is not a good movie, but Aliens vs Predator Requiem is. Both have dark and brutal setups, but the first traded that setup to make a film kids could watch, whilst the second should have gotten an 18 rating, and I'm absolutely stunned that it didn't. James Purefoy is excellent as the Tartar character, his broad Somerset accent proving to be quite refreshing after years of otherwise bland English accents, much like my own, or else annoying Cockney ones. Perhaps it's the acknowledgement in a big budget movie involving England that there are places for stories to be said other than London and the South East. There's a nice casual disregard for violence in Kane that does make me smile. He knows it's his only real skill, and he knows that he is a master of that craft. The supporting cast are also pretty damn good, with Pete Postlethwaite being a highlight. The only real downside to this whole film is the story. It's not particularly surprising, and you'll likely work out who the villain is about half an hour before Kane himself does. Also, whilst I'm being picky, dear old Solomon gets rendered unconscious so often he risks making it a career. Now, I'm all for creating drama and peril for the main character, but by the third time it happens in about an hour, it starts wearing a little thin. Additionally, some of the dialogue does come off as a bit stilted, I think is the word. A few lines could have been trimmed down a little, I think, which may well have added some impact. That apart, this is still a fun sword, sorcery and slaughter flick with one or two what the fuck moments thrown in for good measure. It's about the perfect length, it never feels boring, and I genuinely hope there's a sequel in the works. Thanks, Robert E. Howard.
I was never more at home than I was in battle. I've done bad things. My soul is damned. Satan's creatures will take me should I stray from the path of peace. I have renounced violence.
Offer you a ride. The road ahead should not be travelled alone.
Solomon, the devil was here.
Who are they? Solomon, what are they?
His army makes slaves of the weak and soldiers of the strong.
Solomon! Help us!
Stop! If I kill you, I am bound for hell. It is a price I shall gladly pay.
You can redeem your soul. Save our child.
Is your last chance. Where is the girl? There is evil walking this earth, and I will hunt it down and send it burning back to hell.
Every step you took, every pain you suffered, led you to here.
I am not yet ready for hell. Come on. There are many paths to redemption, not all of them peaceful.